Hello and welcome. It's my country and I was born there and I only moved to Canada just a few years ago, so it's all very new for me and I have a very fresh perspective of the differences between what it's like to live and buy and sell in a country like Ukraine. So Ukraine is only 30 years old. I didn't catch Soviet Union. I was born after it collapsed. While we still had Soviet Union, we basically only had internal market. Everything was locally produced and sold. There was an iron curtain, nothing was available. And my dad had to wake up at 4 a.m. to get milk because there was no produce. We're not talking about that. We are talking about the moment when it collapsed and the new economy was built. Suddenly, people who haven't seen anything got McDonald's, Coca-Cola, and CD players. Everything changed. In Ukraine, anything made outside of the country was by default amazing. Movements unite people and give them a sense of identity. That's what happened in Ukraine. That is when we felt that jump started this entrepreneurial spirit, that belief that we can change something, that something can be made anew in that country, which is why we have such exceptional level of quality, of speed, of diversity, and of general user experience when it comes to commerce and when it comes to made in Ukraine products. You have a really good chance of succeeding because even though the market is kind of saturated with a lot of things at this point, it's still ripe for new products. It's always ready for new businesses, always ready for new restaurants, new clothing brands, new jewelry brands. There's always room for more because the city is growing and the city is thirsty for that. A much larger portion of the population, especially in the cities, is able to afford products, which is great because we have the market. Because lately, especially in the last 5 years, the idea of made in Ukraine, which was always almost a swear word, oh my God, locally made, it's not imported, it's ew. Right now, made in Ukraine is a staple of a good brand. We have two huge, 3-story buildings on the central square, filled exactly with local products. They're called Всі свої, which is all ours, just ours brand, just our brands, local brands. And one store is filled with clothing, jewelry, accessories, and shoes. The other store is filled with home decor and furniture. While in Ukraine, it can be very interesting. It can be interesting cuts, interesting colors, daring imagery, something like a little out there, a little edgy, but at the same time not super expensive. Right? It's not Rick Owens, but it's out there and it's really good, and I love it, and I really, really miss it. Oh my God, banking can actually be so convenient, so swift, and so nimble and flexible and just digital. Calling my bank, I had to do that maybe once in 5 years. I swear, because there's no need for that. Especially if you're using a neobank, which is a bank that doesn't have branches. They kind of have to run this way, and usually they have a Telegram bot or a Telegram agent where you just open their chat in your own messenger and you talk to your bank agent. You don't have to even go into the app. Well, with the main bank I do, but again, the chat agent, it's a real person and they're always available. You have to wait maybe 1 minute. Everything is so much easier. Paying your friend through the messenger, not opening the browser, not opening the bank app, not using Venmo or any third party, just using a bot of your bank like that. I can't do this. Oh my God, lost that skill. We have Ukrposhta. Ukrposhta is literally translated as New Post, and it emerged as an alternative to the regular Ukrainian post. Ukrposhta decided, hey, we're gonna promise you that it's gonna be delivered overnight within the country, and we're gonna have so many branches and so many employees and so much certainty that you're gonna get your stuff when it's promised, that it just changed the whole picture and changed the rules of the game. They saturated the market with a wonderful promise, and they are simply a delivery network that cooperates with all of the local businesses, doesn't have preferences, doesn't have a monopoly. They simply offer an extremely competitive product. If you're ever interested, please go visit Kiev. Do it in May or in April. Bring a big empty suitcase with you because you're gonna want to take a lot of stuff home with you. Anyhow, thank you for watching and tune in for the next episodes of Commerce by Design. See you.